like a one-on-one chat if anyone has any specific questions about their cases, and then we could talk about those as well. So I will share my screen and get started. Thank you everyone for joining today. Very excited to chat a little bit more about Algoma University with you all. So I think we could start with some intros too. So my name is Jaden Cherasolo. I'm an international enrollment specialist at Algoma University. So basically I help students, international students, come to Algoma University if that's the institution that they want to choose for their post-secondary education. And then we also have Heather here. So I'll pass it off to Heather.
Hi, everyone. My name is Heather. I am also a recruitment officer at Algoma University. I mostly focus on domestic recruitment, but I also have Pakistan as a country under my recruitment umbrella. I'll be visiting in February for most of the month, so hopefully we'll have another opportunity to meet in person then as well.
Awesome. Okay, so we'll jump right in. So welcome. Okay, so there may be a lot of educational institutions that you are considering if you do want to study abroad, specifically within Canada, and there are tons of options for you in Canada. It's a very big country and a lot of wonderful, wonderful schools. But today we will chat a little bit about Algoma University and why it may be a wonderful choice for you. So firstly, our location. We are located in the province of Ontario. So if you look at Canada, Ontario is a province just right in the middle. And we have 3 different campuses within Ontario. So they are Sault Ste. Marie, Brampton, and Timmins. All of our programs are offered in Sault Ste. Marie. Most of our programs are offered in Brampton, and only some of our programs are offered in Timmins. So if you do study at Algoma University, you'll most likely be choosing between Sault Ste. Marie or Brampton. So I'm going to go on to more detail about those 2 campuses. So Sault is Northern Ontario, Brampton is Southern Ontario. Sault Ste. Marie is a smaller city, about 75,000 people live there, but it definitely has big city vibes. We have a growing downtown core, a lot of wonderful community events. It's a very friendly community. Tons of stuff to do outside if you're into, that physical activity, outdoor type of lifestyle, and within all seasons. So in the summer, you can go camping, swimming, boating. In the winter, you could go skiing, snowboarding, snowshoeing. So lots of super fun things to do outside. We are surrounded by nature also. So tons of forests, water, hiking opportunities. So definitely great if you love the outdoors and love doing those physically active activities. One of the amazing initiatives that we have in Sault Ste. Marie, you may have heard of this before. It's called the Rural Northern Immigration Pilot, so also called RNIP. This pilot aims to benefit from economic immigration, retain federal skilled workers. So if students, international students, study in Sault Ste. Marie for 2 years, they can apply for permanent residency afterwards as well. So if it is your goal to maybe settle in Canada long term, it's a very seamless process, and we're very lucky that Sault Ste. Marie offers this initiative. So that's definitely something to consider when it comes to choosing a campus. There's only about 10 or so rural cities within Canada that offer this pilot. So we're very, very lucky that this is in Sault Ste. Marie. So now to talk a little bit about Brampton. You may have heard of Brampton before. It's near Toronto, and I'm sure you've heard of Toronto before. It's one of the biggest, most vibrant cities in all of Canada. Brampton is only about a 30-minute drive away from Toronto. So it's super accessible with public transportation. We have a GO station right outside of campus. So, it's like a train station. So very accessible through public transportation. Our Brampton campus is more of a commuter campus. So it's integrated into downtown Brampton on one of the busiest intersections in the city. So if you're walking down the sidewalk, you look up, you'll see lots of Algoma U branding within some of the buildings, because we have acquired these spaces, renovated them, modernized them, branded them, and now it's kind of our university. So it's integrated into the downtown core. So you're surrounded by local restaurants, shops, and so on. All of our amenities are offered in Sault Ste. Marie, which is, our gym, our library, cafeteria, residence. In Brampton, we don't have a residence. We have a library across the street. So the amenities are still there. It's just not located within a sanctioned university campus. But when it comes to accommodation, although we don't have a residence in Brampton, we do have a housing team that can assist students with finding off-campus living if they want to choose that route. So that's a little bit about our campuses. You can tell that they are very different, very unique, but you still get the same level of education at both of these campuses. So really, when it comes to choosing a campus, it just depends on your lifestyle. So let's move on. Now to talk a little bit about our programming.
Jaden, sorry to interrupt.
Very diverse programming. No worries.
It might be the internet's coming through a little broken. I wonder if turning off your video would maybe help with the bandwidth.
Thanks, Heather. How's that?
This should be better.
Okay. Can you hear me okay now?
Sounding clear. Let us know in the chat if it's breaking.
Okay, yes, please just let me know. I can't really see the chat, but let me.
No worries. I'm monitoring.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so I guess we'll continue. If you didn't hear too much about the campuses and you have any further questions, just let me know. I'm so sorry that the sound was breaking up. But okay, let's move on. Campuses. So we offer undergraduate degrees and postgraduate certificates. So for our undergraduate degrees, we have both 3 and 4-year options. So you can still graduate from university with a university degree, and you only need to study for 3 years. So that could be a huge benefit for students as well. Some of our top programming being business, life sciences, so the sciences, bio, environmental science and psychology, and then also computer science. We also have a number of different and very vibrant humanities and social sciences as well, social work, so lots of options to satisfy all interests of students. For our postgraduate certificates, we offer both 1 and 2-year options. So they are within kind of the same faculties. So business, computer science, and health science and environmental science. We have also 1 cross-disciplinary universal program for our graduate certificates, and this is project management. So we see applicants from a variety of different education and work backgrounds apply to project management. Every sector needs skilled project managers. And the great thing about this program is that it is 2 years in length, whereas most universities, project management is only 1 year in length. So that's something that's very unique about Algoma University. We also have masters coming within the upcoming year. They are still within the developmental stages, so it's hard to say, admission requirements and things like that, but those are to come. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so we chatted about our campuses, our programs, and now we're going to move on to admission requirements. So for our bachelor's degrees, students require at least a 40% overall average in order to be admissible to these programs. So that would include our Bachelor of Computer Science or our Bachelor of Arts. For all other programs, it is 50%. So it's very doable and achievable to be admissible to some of our programs. For our graduate certificates, it's kind of the same, so minimum 40%. our group 3 program, so that would be our 1 year in business or our 1 year in IT. And then for our other 2-year programs like project management, like I described, you need a 50%. And then for our health science and environmental science, 60%. So very achievable as well. If you are applying from a bachelor's degree, these would be the admission requirements, 40, 50, and 60%. If you're applying from a diploma, you can still be eligible for our graduate certificates. The admission requirement would just be higher because it is a lower credential. So just add 10% onto these admission requirements, and you could be admissible to our graduate certificates from a diploma. I don't know if we have any Cambridge Pearson A-level students in the session today, but we do accept those for admission. So if you have AS levels, we would need 4 subjects. If you have A2 levels, you would need 2 subjects. And you really just need a minimum grade of D in all of these subjects in order to be admissible to our programs. So going back to our bachelor's degrees, for group 2, we would need Ds. For group 1, we would need Cs. So again, super, super achievable from Cambridge Pearson A levels. You can also be eligible for advanced standing. So you could earn 6 credits for every A2 level that you get at least C in. So save you time, save you money. It's kind of a win-win. I'm not too sure if we have IB students in this session today, but for all of our programs, you just need 26 points. And you can get transfer credits if you have 5 SL or HL courses, or sorry, if you get a grade of 5 in SL or HL courses, and you have an overall score of 28 points. And if you get 28 points, you're also eligible for an entrance award. So keep that in mind if you are an IB student. Yeah. To talk a little bit about our tuition and fees now. So that's another big point about Algoma University. We do offer the lowest international student fees than any other university in Ontario. So our fees really are comparable to colleges. So you'll be able to tell that when I describe these fees. So per academic year, this includes other non-academic fees and health insurance. It's approximately 21,000 Canadian dollars per academic year. So other universities, you can see it could be 30,000, 40,000, $10,000 higher than this amount. But at Algoma University, you are receiving the same quality and level of education. It's just at a lower price. So we're very proud of that as well. We offer entrance scholarships for our degree applicants who graduated within the previous year. So the minimum requirement is 50% to receive an entrance award of $500. And it goes up $1,000, $2,500 to $5,000 as well. So you could kind of look at what your overall average was from secondary school, see if you got at least 50%. And if so, you can receive one of these entrance scholarships when you apply to Algoma U. So if you send in an application, we would assess you for your admission, and then we would automatically right after assess you for your entrance scholarship. So if you receive a letter of acceptance from Algoma University, your entrance scholarship would be listed on your LOA. So it's kind of automatic. Yeah. If you are not eligible for any of these entrance scholarships, so for example, if you are applying to a graduate certificate, or if you graduated over a year before applying to a bachelor's degree, there are still many other scholarships that you can apply to. These are all listed on our website, on Algoma University's scholarships website. So if you have any further questions about that, I could send you the link to that webpage as well. So if you're not eligible for these, not all hope is lost. There's still the potential for you to receive other scholarships and awards. Okay, so that is it for my presentation. We just went through really the key points about Algoma University. If you do have any other questions, you could contact our team at international@algomau.ca, or you could contact Farouk at Education Concern. He is a wonderful resource for you if you do have any further questions and maybe want to apply to Algoma University. So you can chat with him. And I guess right now we'll move on to some Q&As if anyone has any specific questions about Algoma U, or if you just want to chat about your specific case, please feel free. So I think, Mohammed, did you want to unmute yourself? I see you have your hand up. Okay. Burhan?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, you just mentioned about the campuses. Actually, your voice was cracking at that time. You mentioned something about the campuses, and then you said that you can get a PR who is interested over there. So can you repeat that point, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So you'll also be able to find more information about this on the Government of Canada website. So what this is called is RNIP, which is the Rural Northern Immigration Pilot. It's offered in a select few rural cities within Canada, and Sault Ste. Marie is one of them. Sault Ste. Marie is where we have one of our campuses. So if international students study in Sault Ste. Marie for 2 years, 24 months, you can apply for PR afterwards. So it's a seamless process to kind of settle in Canada, receive permanent residency. You know what I'll actually do? I'll grab the link and put it in the chat, so you have like easy access to that as well. So let me just find that for you. Okay, so there it is in the chat. Oh, it's actually on the Sault Ste. Marie website also. Let me find the Government of Canada website one, just so you have more information on like how to apply, application procedures, and things like that. Perfect. Okay. So the link that I just put in the chat right now, that is the Sault Ste. Marie website that talks about RNIP. And then this next one that I'm going to be putting in the chat is the Government of Canada website for RNIP. So that explains more application procedures, who can apply, and so on. Yeah, so check that out. Okay, I notice Mohammed is back and you have your hand up. Did you have any questions that we could chat about?
Yes, I have a question. Not about this university. I have a question about just I want to know about the fee structure of Windsor University. I have also mentioned it in chat.
Sorry, did you say Windsor University? Yes, you did. Okay. So we are actually only from Algoma University, so I'm not too sure about the fee structure for Windsor University. If you talk to Farouk at Education Concern after this session, he can tell you all about information, like more information about that specific institution. I'm not too sure about their fee structure. Are there any other questions about
Yes, ma'am. I do have another question.
Algoma University? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, you mentioned about the insurance that we need to buy insurance and all other things that you mentioned. It was around, I think, 2,000 Canadian dollars. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. So that,
yeah. So actually, I have a question related to
within
that.
within your fees.
Okay. But you see, since I am a working professional here in Saudi Arabia, and we do get international life insurances. So, do I still need to purchase that insurance, or is that going to be enough?
Great question. Yes. So if you are an international student that's located within Canada, attending Algoma University, it is mandatory to be enrolled in our health insurance. It's done through UHIP. It's about it's maybe between $700 to $800 Canadian per academic year. So unfortunately, yes, that is a mandatory thing to have if you're attending Algoma University.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions? All right, so it doesn't look like there's any other questions. If you do think of anything, oh, I'm so sorry, Heather.
Oh, no worries. I was just going to see if Farouk wanted to mention anything about upcoming fairs, or if he had any other notes to add. But if not, otherwise, yeah, we're always able to connect over email and set up meetings otherwise as well. Quiet group today.
I actually do have another question, ma'am.
Sure.
Yeah, it's regarding the English proficiency test. So, you see, I have actually completed the IELTS and the Duolingo also, but I have a better score in Duolingo rather than IELTS. So, is it possible if you guys take Duolingo over IELTS? Do you prefer that?
Yeah, of course. We accept both IELTS and Duolingo. So if you want to submit your Duolingo for admission, no problem at all. We accept it. So for IELTS, we just need to see an overall score of 6.0 with no band below 6.0. And then for Duolingo, we just need to see an overall score of 110 with no band below 90. So whichever one you submit, that is totally okay with us.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, thank you. So if there are any other questions after the session, don't forget that you could always contact us via email. We are more than happy to help offline as well. And Farouk at Education Concern is also a very wonderful resource for you. He can help you through application procedures, collecting all of your documents, actually submitting your applications. So definitely chat with Farouk afterwards as well, just on next steps. I think I saw Farouk, you had muted yourself. Did you have anything that you wanted to add?
Yes, in fact, you covered each and everything. So, dear students, if you have any question about visa, under which you will apply your visa under STS policy. So, if you have any question regarding that, you may ask. And STS policy is very simple and straightforward. You just need to fulfill 3 basic requirements, which is number 1, you must have IELTS with 6.0 overall or 6.5 and no less than 6 in any single module. Number 2, you need to pay your first year tuition fees in advance. And number 3, you will open your bank account in a Canadian bank and deposit 10,000 Canadian dollar for your living cost. ये 10,000 आपके अपने हैं, आप इनको उधर जाके खाने पीने के लिए यूज करेंगे. अगर आप ये तीनों रिक्वायरमेंट फुलफिल कर लें, then you can get your visa without any interview and without your parents' bank statement. So I recommend all of you to apply only under STS policy. Mr. Burhan, if you want to apply under STS policy, then you should take IELTS as well for the visa purpose. For admission, you are okay, no any problem. Your language is highly acceptable in Algoma University. But if you want to apply your visa under SDS policy, you should take IELTS with 6 or 6.5 overall and no less than 6 in any module. Luckily, Algoma University accept 6.0 overall. Okay.
Yes, sounds good. Mr. Farooq, can you just confirm this point also, that if I do not go with SDS stream, do I need to pay 10,000 Canadian dollars to the bank, to the Canadian bank, in case I don't want to go with the SDS stream? Because I heard the rumors. I'm not sure about that.
In that case, there's no need to pay to deposit $10,000 in your Canadian bank, because this is only mandatory for the SDS policy. This is not mandatory for the non-SDS policy. So you will apply your visa non-SDS policy, which is a old method to apply from Pakistan, or you can even apply from Saudi Arabia. So my office.
Yes, sir. Because why I'm saying is that because I already have been to Canada like twice before. I have been to US, so I think that my passport is strong enough to apply without the visa rejection.
You have very
so
good
I'm not
case.
sure. I don't know.
Yes, you have very good case. You already have visited Canada, so you will get your visa without any problem, even with under non-SDS.
All right, perfect. I'll talk to you in more details later in this call. Okay?
Most welcome. Most welcome.
Thank you so much, Farooq. Thank you so much.
So students, आपने SDS में सिर्फ 3 चीजों का ख्याल करना है. IELTS, आप चाहे O level, A level बैकग्राउंड से हैं, चाहे अमेरिकन एजुकेशन से हैं, आपने IELTS करना है फॉर द SDS पॉलिसी के लिए. और नंबर 2, आपने फर्स्ट ईयर की ट्यूशन फीस सिर्फ एडवांस देनी है. नंबर 3, कैनेडियन बैंक में आप अकाउंट ओपन करेंगे, जो बहुत आसान है, पाकिस्तान से इजीली ओपन हो जाता है. हम उसमें आपकी हेल्प करेंगे. और उसमें $10,000 जमा कराने, खाने पीने रहने के लिए. ये 10,000 आपका एक्सपेंस नहीं होता, आपके अकाउंट में पड़ा हुआ है. उधर जाके पार्ट टाइम जॉब करें और आराम से खाना पीना रहना उसे कवर हो जाएगा. तो ये 10,000 आप अगले साल की फीसेस में यूज कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. इट्स सो सिंपल एंड स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड. सो अब मेरे कोई क्वेश्चन आपका है तो विदाउट एनी हेजिटेशन आप पूछ सकते हैं. इवन यू कैन आस्क इन उर्दू.
So I wanted to ask, is the fees paid per semester or per year?
Yes, under SDS policy per year only. Per year only for the first year. For second year, you may pay in installments.
Okay, thank you.
Most welcome.
And if in one module with, like, if we get 5.5 in, for example, in reading, so we have to do the IELTS test again?
Yes,
and
unfortunately.
if the overall band is good.
Okay, have you taken your exam?
Yeah, but I didn't get my result, but I was still wondering.
Okay, now you just keep praying, okay? Not
Okay.
Yes, your answer यही है कि you have to retake, okay? But keep praying. Yes, Mohammed नईम अख्तर जी, आप अनम्यूट कर लें, पूछें. Any other question from any student? Noor, I think you have my email address. So as soon as you receive your IELTS test, you should send your documents, okay?
Sure, I would do that. I'll text you.
Okay, thank you very much.
फारूक साहब, एक क्वेश्चन और है, लास्ट क्वेश्चन
जी.
सर, मुझे आप ये बता सकते हैं कि जो लास्ट डेट है वो पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन डिप्लोमा के लिए मई के लिए पॉसिबिलिटी है कोई इस वक्त?
पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट डिप्लोमा इन अल्गोमा यूनिवर्सिटी आपने अगर लेना है तो मई इनटेक तो उसमें शायद है ही नहीं.
Okay.
सितंबर इनटेक ही है, लेकिन वो इतना रश है, आपको अब कोशिश करनी चाहिए एज पॉसिबल आपको अप्लाई करना चाहिए, क्योंकि रश ज्यादा है.
Okay, no issues. So what I'll do is, मैं over the weekend आपको जो है ना सारे documents आपको मैं भेज दूंगा, including
Good.
everything. मेरे पास everything is streamlined. मेरे पास सारा कुछ है. Even the equivalency भी है सब. I have everything in line already. तो मैं आपको सारा कुछ भेज दूंगा and I will start the process immediately.
Okay, right. Thank you very much.
ठीक है.
Thank you.
चलें ठीक है. बहुत शुक्रिया. Thank you for this session. Farooq sir, I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Allah Hafiz. Bye.
Sir,
Yes, Ji.
sir, basically, my question is about the fee structure. Is sir the fee structure depends upon the course that we are going to study, or it's generally a fee that we have to pay?
Yes, Miss Jaden, if you want to answer.
Yeah, so were you just asking after the initial deposit, what fees do you have to pay?
No, I'm asking about the fee that we have to pay depends upon the means. If it is $20, is the fee cost depends upon the course that we are going to study, or it depends general.
Okay, I understand. So the fees that I discussed in the presentation, they're actually applicable to all of our programs at Algoma University. So the fee is the exact same no matter what program you choose. So it will still be the $21,000 per academic year total. And that is also the highest that it would be. That doesn't include any scholarships or awards that you may receive. Are there any other questions today?
I think we have covered each and everything, so that's why there's no more question.
That's why there's silence. Yes.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Farooq, for hosting this session. I look forward to continuing them in the new year.
Yes.
And I know Heather is looking forward to her trip in February to actually see some students in person as opposed to only through a screen. So a lot of really exciting things to come in the new year. So thank you for everything.
Yes, thank you very much and Happy New Year. And we are waiting for Heather in Karachi, Islamabad, and Lahore. So see you there.
Yes, see you soon.
Happy New Year to you too.
Yes.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. यस मुदस्सिर अली, आप काफी देर से हैं. अगर आप अनम्यूट करके कोई, इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चन यू कैन आस्क. और अगर कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है तो इसको वाइंड अप करते हैं. कोई भी क्वेश्चन हो विदाउट एनी हेजिटेशन आप कर सकते हैं.
Hello, may I ask
Yes.
something?
Yes, please.
Sir, I want to ask about the project management. Is it available in the Saint Mary campus?
Yes, available.
And sir, how much is the fee structure? Is same for all the courses as
Yes,
she
same.
said?
About
20.
18 to 20,000. Yes.
Per year. Okay, thank you.
Most welcome. Yes, Mudassir Ali, do you have any question? Humayun Qurban, if you have any question, or Muhammad Naeem Akhtar.